Adam Drummond here with Phil Bamford, the founder and director of Online Owhs. Now, this is video 3 in the series, and we're talking about the QR code and the list builder. Talk us through it. What are these?
Yeah, so you're looking at, we've actually just added a great feature, the QR code. So you saw the to-do list before in the other process. Well, you can actually build and create a checklist inside the system, as we mentioned before.
Yeah.
So you can actually create that checklist, but then what you can actually do then, when you create the checklist, it automatically creates its own QR code.
Okay.
So you can actually print out that QR code and put it on different things. But the beauty about this checklist builder is that, say for an example, you've got a checklist inside the system, but wouldn't it be great that you can say, I want to get this checklist done daily, weekly, monthly, 6 monthly, 12 monthly, and relate it to either a site, a person, a position, a qualification, or a contractor. And it automatically just goes into that person's to-do list each month, and you don't even have to think about it anymore. So that person actually just logs onto the system, hits one icon with a to-do list, and brings up their checklist they need to do. So on the screen there, you'll see that the checklist that's actually been created, and it's actually developed a QR code.
Yes.
You can actually use a mobile phone or whatever it may be, any mobile device, by scanning that QR code will bring up that checklist. You can actually relate that checklist to a policy, to an activity, to a machine, to a compliance. So you're uploading all those other different documents inside the system. So when a person is actually doing that online checklist, it's automatically saving it to all those other areas at the same time. It's a perfect way to show compliance.
Absolutely, and make sure that people just don't miss every single step that's in that process.
Absolutely, and they can even sign on screen, as you can see on that graphic there.
Unbelievable. Now, is it true that you can use these QR codes for both private use, so that only internal members are seeing it, but you've also got a public feature, which means you can put a QR code out in the public somewhere? What exactly is the purpose of that one? I'm
pretty excited about this, actually. Just created, just went into the system last week. So you can imagine, let's take for an example, if you're a council.
Yep.
So you're actually managing a series of parks throughout your area. So you can actually develop what's called a maintenance request link inside your system in the slide that you're seeing up there. So basically this maintenance management system, you can actually create your maintenance request link. It automatically creates a QR code. You can hit that public icon, which you can see on that screen, and say, I would like to make that maintenance request link public. That means that I could actually now print out that QR code, stick it on my public toilets down at park such and such. The public can actually then scan that QR code. It will bring up a maintenance request form where they fill in a maintenance request form. It automatically emails the council, puts it into their maintenance manager, their maintenance register, where that person responsible hits one icon and they see what maintenance is needed to be done. They then can go select, I want that to be internal people. It'll email those people, put it in their to-do list, or they can say, I want to relate it to a contractor, and it picks up your contractor management system, because the system has a complete contractor management system, emails the contractor and the employee, if needed, whatever it may be, and complete with a work order number.
And how does the person in the public know to scan this QR code for this purpose? Is it written somewhere that that's what it's for?
Yeah, on the QR code, it'll actually say this is a maintenance request link for this park. You can even, if you wanted to, make a maintenance request link for a swing or a toilet or whatever it may be, and identify it not just for a site, but an actual machine or whatever it may be.
So have you got an example where this has been used in real life?
So as you can see from the screen, you can actually develop a checklist inside your checklist builder. It creates your QR code automatically. You could relate that checklist to, say for an example, machine like a forklift.
Yes.
So that forklift needs to do a pre-start checklist.
Okay.
At the moment, people are doing that by paper. That's just, they're not doing it. But paper-wise, if something's wrong with that machine, let alone the person needs to notify or whatever it may be that maintenance is done or the cage is wrong or whatever it may be, here you can put a QR, develop your checklist, relate it to the forklift, print out your QR code, stick it on that forklift. The employee, mobile device, just scans that QR code, brings up the actual checklist, which is the pre-start checklist they can do online. If they select no, that there's something wrong, it automatically brings up an action or a hazard or maintenance needed to be done on that machine. automatically puts it into the person responsible's to-do list as well as into the maintenance register.
This is incredible. So as they're finding this checklist, they're hitting the check, the little boxes.
Yep.
Bang, done, done, done. If there's a problem, sends it off to the right person as well.
Exactly right. And they sign off on screen.
Easy as that. So that is video 3 in this series that we're doing with Phil Bamford, the founder and director of Online WHS. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the maintenance manager itself. See you soon.